so that's a wise, amen, thing can come about. Again, we want to welcome you, amen, to Eat to Heal. Today, we're going to be talking about the four main components of the blood. Last week, we talked about the blood. We talked about the Bible said that the blood was the life of the body. And when you deal with animals, one of the things God did not want us to do was necessary to eat the blood of the animals. And you'll kind of see tonight how everything corresponds and tie into one another. So we are saying to you that there's a way in life that we can eat to heal. Our body can begin to heal itself from the things that we are afflicted with. In fact, the things that are afflicting us that we are doing now, we are literally eating to die, and we are encouraged to eat to heal so that your body can heal from all these things that's upon you. So let's learn a little bit about what God, amen, have for us to learn. So part of making any change in your life is the fact that you're going to have the right information to make the right, you're going to have the right faith, amen, to go forth on the decision that you're making, also the decision that God has given to you. We're in the book of Psalms here, 104:14 reads like this. That he is God, Jesus, however you want to see it. He caused the grass to grow for cattle, but the herbs for the service of what men, that we may bring food out of the earth. And so God is saying he created these herbs for the service of us. Well, so in other words, we understand that our body is going to have a relationship with these herbs here. So let's see, can we, figure out, what was God was thinking when he made us. We talked about this last week. We talked about how the human blood is and how the plant blood is, which is the chlorophyll here. We talked about how identical the structure of this blood cell is, the heart of it. The difference between the human and the plant is the middle of the cell. The heart of the plant is magnesium. Why? It's necessary because the herbs need magnesium to draw. Magnesium is a drawing herb. In the hearts of human, you see iron. That Fe is the symbol of iron. Why is that? Because iron also attracts all minerals to itself, and so it is a necessary dominant part of our cellular structure, our blood structure. You can't get away with it. In fact, most of us are dehydrated and we have an iron deficiency. That's just one of the reasons that we are prone to get sick. So most these diseases can be cured if we learn to eat enough quality iron, enough quality things to help cleanse the body, help itself assist to heal and go forth from here. So we're going to go into it tonight here, and I'm going to try to show you a little something, amen, about it and give you some more information about the blood here. We said that what is blood is made of? Blood is made of the liquid and what solids. The liquid part of blood is called this thing called plasma. It is made up of water, salt, and what? Proteins. Okay, so most people don't understand that the blood requires salt. Most people don't understand also the blood requires sugar, which is what? Energy. Okay, all right. The other half of the blood is plasma. The solid part of the blood contains red blood cells, white blood cells, and the platelets. So let's talk about the function of these cells. The reason I want to take you deep into your bloodstream so you can kind of understand how it is made up. And so now you can understand the necessary stuff you can eat to assist that blood and keep your blood in health and perfect health. Most people don't even realize that, right? We have the plasma that we need to maintain. We have the red blood cells that do a certain function, white blood cells, and the platelets here that actually stop us from bleeding out when necessary when it comes. So let's learn a little bit about what we got to do here. All right. What is the main ingredients of blood? Again, you said it was plasma, red blood cell, white blood cell, and what? Plasma. Those are four main components. That's the topic of our service tonight. So the plasma carries blood cells. It also carries nutrients. It also carries hormones. It also carries waste product throughout the body. That whole liquid part of this body is busy. It is considered as the river of the body. Everything flows through there. Like you see a river in nature. Not only do you get the water, but you also get what is called the trees, the fish, everything that makes up that environment. So this plasma in our body is going to carry all these different things in our body, and it's necessary. So we're going to try to look deeper and to see what's going on. So let's look at nutrients. We said that plasma carry nutrients in the body. Okay? Most of us, the reason we are sick and we are struggling because we are nutrient deficient. We eat, but the food that we eat is not necessarily the food that needs to give the body life. Most of our food is not alive, it's dead. It's not electric. So let's look at it. Nutrient is the substance or ingredients that promotes what growth and provide energy and maintain what life. And so we are looking now to change the food that we have or the nutrient or the nutrition that we are getting into a power with nutrients that's going to promote growth in our body, that's going to provide us energy. Now we eat and we still be sluggish. Why? Because the food that we're eating is not doing that. So it's not the right nutrients that we need. So it's something wrong with the nutrients that we take it in to help us to maintain our what? Life. And so let's look at it. So now the blood needs nutrients. So we suggest in this church here, and as we begin to go through the cleansing process, we give you the proper nutrition of minerals, vitamins, and things that's necessary to promote growth in your body so that we can change your body from that acid environment to an alkaline environment here. Okay, the next thing that plasma transport is called hormones here. The chemical substance that act to manage in the body. After being made in one part of the body, it travels to other parts of the body where they help control the cells and organs do they work. And so now our body transfers this hormones here so that it can help our cells and also our body, our organs to work properly. So understand this plasma here, it's got to transport all these different things. The hormones are information driven signals. In other words, they go in, they give messages to your body to do things. Okay? Like, for instance, insulin is a what? Hormone. Okay? When our cell no longer trusts what we eat, it get into a what we call insulin sensitivity, and they no longer want to read. They don't want to receive things. Even hormones that necessarily need to tell the body what it needs to do. So now you understand that this plasma is going to be transferred of these hormones that do it. For example, insulin is a hormone which is made by the beta cell of the what? Pancreas. It needs to go in, it needs to talk to cells, make cells open up and read. And so you see, all this is part of what the plasmin is doing. It's carrying. Another thing that the plasmin carries is the solid part of the blood cells here, which is the red blood cells here. It is a vital component of the blood, primarily responsible for carrying what? Oxygen from the lung to the what? Body. Why is that important? When people think about balancing the body, they very rarely understand the relationship of the lungs. The lungs is actually the pump of the body. The heart is not a pump. It's more like a valve. It opens up in a relationship with the lungs to do it. What the blood vessel does is it is one that's going to go and it's going to transfer this oxygen, all right, to your cells, to your tissues, to your body, and it's going to return the carbon dioxide to your lung for it to be expelled out of here. These cells contain hemoglobin, which is rich in what? In iron-rich protein. So now hemoglobin, you're going to see the heart of it, like I showed you in the blood cell. It's going to need that iron protein to help bind to the what? Oxygen, to enable it to have the efficiency to go through your body. This is why we all, in every product that I make, it's going to have a significant part of what? Iron. But my blood purifier is dominated with different types of iron that's necessary to help bind to particles and do things to do what it do. That's why it works so well here. And so you're going to see the function of the red blood cell. Then we have the white blood cell. So what is the part of the white blood cell? It protects against illness and what? Disease. When our body immune system begins to drop, we are losing the ability of our white blood cells to work the way they need to go. Okay? Think of the white blood cells as the what? Immunity cells. And cells they are always what? At war. They're always in your body fighting. They're always checking your body. They flow throughout the bloodstream, doing what they do in the plasma, fighting what? Virus, bacteria, and any form of invaders that is threatening your what? Health. That is the function of your red blood cell. So think about it now. When we are eating every day, or we are eating the food that's going to support our red blood cells, our white blood cells, and our plasma level. Are we understanding when every time I take intake, or I'm helping that, or I'm destroying it? Because see, you're going to have to learn to work with your body, understand what your body needs, to give it what it needs, and everything from there is easy. If you're online, can you please mute your phone until we finish? Now we have what we call platelets, okay? Platelets are small, colorful cell called fragments in our blood that clot and stop the prevention of bleeding. So whenever you get cut, hurt, something like this, then what happens is the platelet come up, form, all right, and it stops the blood, and that stops you from what? Bleeding out, okay? Now here's what you need to understand about how sophisticated that your body is designed. Platelets are made in our bone what? Marrow. Platelet is not the only thing made in our bone marrow. It's not the only thing that produced in our spleen. The sponge-like tissue inside the bones, the bone marrow contain stem cells that develop unto what? Red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. And so now, tonight, we're going to be talking about some things and showing you some things that you can ingest for your bloodstream and how you should prepare yourself, how you should think about eating when you wake up in the morning, and what should be your first main food here. Because obviously the Bible said that the blood is the what? Life of the what? Body. And so we're going to start looking at this here blood. Okay. All right. So now we're talking about blood, and the plasma requires 90% of the plasma is liquid. It's liquid, but it's made of a lot of things, and it needs to be a way it can transport things to and fro. If you think of a river, think of it this way, right? When you dam up a river, the water begins to stop, it becomes stagnant. It's a perfect way for bacteria and things to grow. Well, when you don't eat to feed your blood, you're kind of doing the same thing. It gets sick, you get high blood pressure, things begin to slow down, and then that is a perfect part for disease to grow. All right? Okay, so we understand that the blood needs the proper nutrients. We need liquid. We need to maintain our bloodstream so that when our blood is produced, amen, our red blood cells and white blood cells is going to be based on what our body needs, because your body is producing that from your bone marrow. Okay? All right, every 35 days, your body is going to be making that composition of blood, but it's going to be making it based on what you eat. So when you first start to improve your diet, from that moment on, if you be more persistent with it, it would help us get all these things in and out of us. Okay, let's look at it. A woman should have about 2 liters, which is 8 cups of fluid a day. And men should have 2.6 liters, 10 cups is what? 12, I would say. People who are pregnant or breastfeeding need more fluid each day than usual. Why? Because the body is constantly excreting fluids. Okay? So our body composition is made of fluid. Why? Dehydration can happen when the body fluid is what? So how many of us really drink that much water a day? Or when you're drinking that much liquid, how much nutrients are you feeding your body when you add that liquid? So we're going to talk about a little bit about how we're going to solve this problem. Because if you're going to get healthy, the first thing you're going to have to do, you're going to have to get that dehydration level up. You can't walk around being dehydrated, and that's most of our problems here. The blood can't flow as properly because they don't have enough fluid matter for it to work. Neither the gut, neither any of that, because we don't intake a lot of that. And that in an acid environment, we just can go without water. But when you start alkaline up, it's going to be your best friend. Okay. All right. It can be life-threatening, especially to babies, children, and elders, if we allow this dehydration to go. And most of our dye is not made of liquid, it's made of what? Solid. And that's because, and being made of solid, most of the water we do have to go to break it down that hard matter. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to change it. Every day, we lose about 12 cups of what? Water through what? Breathing, okay? Respiration, urine and bowel movements. And generally, men need what? 12 cups of full water to keep up to what we're losing. So think about it. If you're already hydrated, and then all you're doing is drinking enough for the day, then you think about it this way, you're never going to get your hydration level up. So therefore, I go beyond this here, and I'm going to show you how I do it. While women's require a minimum of 9 cups of water one day. Why? Because we need to start measuring the intake of liquids that we have. I'm not going to necessarily say water. Water is the first thing that we need. I do different things to my body because I understand how the blood works, you know, and so therefore I can take liquid and I can increase my my nutrient intake by taking certain things in the water, teas and things like that to help that get that body to go the way I need to go. I'm hydrating, but I'm also giving my body the nutrients that it needs to help fight. You can give you things, help your immune system so your white blood cells can continue to fight the virus and things like that. So the main key God is trying to show you here today is that we have to dehydrate. This cookbook is made and designed to give you the nutrients and the thing you need. You add the hydration to it, you'll be able to power your life. You'll be able to power up and you'll be able to go. Most of us never really think about our hydration level. You're never going to get healed and seriously about healed if you don't get your hydration level tonight. So what is our homework today, this week, as we go out and about? We're going to watch our liquid intake. Now, when I say liquid, I ain't telling you to go buy a whole bunch of water because you're only going to get so many minerals in the water. Okay? But you want your liquid intake to have a good nutrient based on it. You want to do different things to make sure. Because remember now, when it comes to your red blood cells, it likes to have that iron-rich protein to fuel it to go where it needs to go. So you're going to keep that positive iron charge in your body. And when they go downstairs, I brought my burdock root here. We're going to boil it up, have a little tea. And we talk about a few of the things to hydrate and some things that you can do. And we're going to make a meal out the book here tonight. Unfortunately, I've been in conflict with the people who made promises that they couldn't keep. But rest assured, it's every intention when the book get here, it will be ready and available for the sale. So I might have to go through different measures and different means. Anybody got any question before we go forward tonight here?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
My question is, you saying that we need to drink plenty more water?
No, I said we need to drink plenty liquid.
Liquid, like for me, that I have to monitor my liquid because of heart failure.
Because of what?
Because I have heart failure, so I have to monitor my liquid.
You have to monitor your liquid because of heart failure. And
yeah.
What liquid did they want you to monitor?
Mostly like water.
So how much water do they say that you need to take before you go into cardiac arrest?
I forgot, but I forgot how much they said.
Okay.
I didn't write.
So now the question is they worried about your heart or they worried about your lungs?
Overflow.
They worried about your heart or your lungs?
My heart.
And you saying that they say by drinking too much water, they're fine. But they okay occasionally if you drink a soda, right?
They don't want me drinking sodas.
Right, they shouldn't want you. Most of the time, the doctors have to monitor certain things because they know that our liquid diet is very bad. But yes. How can your body heal itself if it's not proper hydrated to take the stuff to your body, your blood that you need? So understand this here, right? Your body have a river that flows through it. Okay? Now,
Yes.
when the river in this environment go low, we say we in a what? When the water begin to evaporate off the earth, we in a what? A drought.
A drought.
Okay? All right. When the water raise, we in a time of what?
Flood.
Plenty, right? Have you ever seen a river when it got so low, how fast it go?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a river when it was full, how fast it go?
Yes.
So if your body was proper hydrated, your flow would be what? Your river would move faster, right? It would be better. It'd have more buoyancy to it. Okay?
Yeah.
The less water you have, the thicker everything get, right? So when you look at nature, it can give us the answer to the things that we need to do it. Now, a lot of things that people do, for me now that I understand this, for me, it's foolish. Okay? A person drunk enough water to give them a heart attack. Beer and all this other kind of stuff, I can see. But even with the beer, you get certain type of help.
They're not saying that it will give me a heart attack, but they're saying that it will overload my heart and it will make my heart work faster. So the water will make me attain fluid.
The water is not making you retain fluid. There's some other things that happen in your body that's causing that to happen. Okay? So you have to work with you on getting the things that you need to work the way it need to go so you're not retaining fluid. I mean, okay, what's the formula for water? What's the formula for water? H2O, right?
Yes.
So, think about it this way. You breathe in what? Right?
Yes.
And it's out carbon dioxide, right?
Yes.
In that exchange, there's a hydrogen exchange in there. And anyway, when you stop drinking water for a couple of days, you are still peeing, right?
Yes.
That's because your body naturally between the exchange between your lungs and the exchange between your blood produces water.
Yes.
We pour water out of the atmosphere. We also release liquid through our what? Breathing.
Yes.
So what we're saying is, I said, everybody when you say you have to hydrate, the first thing they want to do is drink a whole bunch of water. Most of the water that we drink in this world has been pre-treated. It is just as dangerous. So if you're going to take the water intake, you're going to have to learn how to use a higher grade of water. And me, myself, I like the nectar of the fruits. The coconut water, the watermelons, the cucumbers, and all those things because they are a greater source of water with a greater nutrients in it. Also, they have a greater source of what? Electrolytes that actually gets in and hydrates the body. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say we need to increase our liquid, I'm not encouraging you to go get a whole case of water and drink that every day. I'm saying to you there's some other things that we can do to have our water with a better nutrients, better hydration mode. We can feed our blood. We know the heart of the blood is the what? It's iron. You can go to the burdock root for what? Iron. You also can get iron from what? Sea moss. You can get it from sarsaparilla. You can get it from multiple sources. By taking this iron, okay, it also makes the body pee out. It makes you begin to release all that bad stuff you got in there. So you know what I'm saying to you is when we're going to nutrify the body, we're going to use a lot more liquids than we do solid so that we can get our hydration level up. That make any sense? Because remember, the blood needs what? Nutrients it needs liquid, and those two things is what can work together. Why? Because this plasma is made of that liquid, salty substance that goes throughout the whole body, taking hormones, dropping it off at your heart. The reason our organs ain't working right because they're not receiving the hormone can't get the message to them to do what they need to do. So now our bodies it's been infiltrated where our natural system can't even communicate with each other. Okay, so when you start working with the body, when you're giving the proper nutrients and stuff like that, when you start cleansing the body, and then the hormones, and then the plasma, and then all these things can work. Because think about it, your blood goes through every major organ you got. Your blood is under your skin. It's everywhere. It have a tough job. So the more it can flow, the better it can flow, the better things is, the better hydrate you is, the more healthy you're going to be. You're never going to get healthy being dehydrated. It's never going to happen. Okay? So the question is now, well, how do I intake the liquids that I need to improve my body and also maintain some type of hydration? Okay? So there's plenty of liquids in the world. You can go buy all kind of stuff in the store. It's not going to help you get hydrated because the way they process it, the sugar and stuff that they use. So what type of nutrients that you have? So let's talk about plants. Not every plant in this world can do what we need it to do. Some plants have different chemical makeup, but what we suggest here that you go more on the alkaline base. Why? Because in alkalinity, life is expressed. In an acid environment, we understand that depth is what? You begin to decay. So we have to stop this here notion that if I start eating better, it's going to harm me. Well, you're already dying. So what do I need and how can we fix this problem from a perspective that we can heal our body? The first thing you're going to have to learn to do, you're going to have to give your blood what it needs. Why? Because it transports its work hard every day to get you where you need. If you get the right nutrients and the things in your body, your white blood cells can actually work. Your red blood cells got enough iron that they can produce the oxygen in your body. That's another thing. We are oxygen deprived. We're not getting enough. We don't even breathe deeply and good as we should. See? Right. Because understand, think about this here. I want you to think about it. Your heart is not a pump. It's a valve. It opens and closes. The pump of your body is your lungs. They expand. They come in. They act like a what? Pump. What the lungs is designed to is to take in that oxygen so that it can balance your pH level, take out the carbon dioxide, take out the carbon dioxide so that you can actually live. So it functions. As them cells begin to break down, even when you're fasting, it releases hydrogen. Hydrogen and oxygen equal what? H2O. Man can't do the formula, but you naturally produce water in your body without drinking it. So there's a lot of things that we need to redo our thinking. Remember, in the spiritual teaching, the first thing God wanted us to do is change our mind. He made us more aware of the lies and deceit that was told us. Think not that he's not going to do the same thing in this health class. Think not that he ain't going to show you the truth. So, when you wake up in the morning, what do they tell you to eat for breakfast? What's a healthy meal? What is the standard American diet prescription for breakfast in the morning? Eggs, bacon. Now, and boy, we love it. But how much of that stuff that we eat actually hydrates the body? Because the blood don't care about no eggs, it don't care about no bacon. The plasma is what? 95% what? Liquid. It didn't say it's 95% water. He said it is 90% what? Liquid. So we get up in the morning, we have the hog, the chicken, sometimes the cow, and we go on our merry way. By the time we get to work, we almost hit somebody in the car because we drove, we dozing off. Think about it, right? Well, you didn't eat to live. You're eating to die, right? So now what would be a good breakfast to have to start your day?
Yogurt and fruit.
I'll take the fruit. The yogurt you can leave alone. So now eating the yogurt, what is it going to give you? Because yogurt is milk, sugar. So it's the cow, cane sugar. And some of the things that they do to make yogurt, you might want to rethink it. So what should you intake in the morning? That's a fair question. One of the most alkaline things you can take is water. If you have GERD or something like that, low intake, add lemon to it. Why? Because it'll raise the acid profile in your stomach and actually get it done. Lime, lemon, it'll actually do that. We prefer lime here because lime is more of the alkaline. And if you want to have the most alkaline lime, you're going to go with the key lime. So you have to be correct because people like to argue and fight about who have most knowledge and stuff like that. So what else can you have in the morning that will be good for you? Watermelon. 100% liquid. Juice. You get the digestive system going. Think about your body, right? While you are sleeping, it is designed to go through the healing process. When you wake up, you interrupted the healing process, then the body go into the elimination process, which is the digestion process, right? The first thing you're going to do when you break your fast is give it a bunch of solid food. That doesn't make sense based on what you heard here tonight. But if you go with your liquid, your watermelon juice, your teas and things like that, high on the alkaline scale, what you're really doing is giving that blood the nutrients, and you're also giving it the liquid that it needs for the hydration. The coconut water throughout the day, most of the time, I try not to eat until noon. I get up, I drink my water, and so then I'm on that 18-hour fast all the time now. Now, when I stopped doing that and started eating the donuts and all that other kind of stuff, ball game is over. Your body is going to reject that mess. So the best thing that you can do is get up and give your body the nutrients that it needs to maintain itself. Did that make sense? Now you're working along with your body to do it. That's why so many people, when they get on fruit diets, work so well. Why? Because all they're doing is hydrating their body. But they're hydrating their body and giving it the liquid that it needs, the nutrients that it needs, the fiber that it needs to go. So think about it. When you eat something, your body didn't have to go through the process to get rid of things. It have to break stuff down. It's like a process that it go through, right? It began to break things down. Okay? So if I'm not eating until noon, I'm going to have that elimination before I even put new food in. You stop eating around about 6 o'clock, you go to sleep, your body go through, and it's going to take the nutrients, all the good nutrients that you put in, it's going to start the healing process. You wake up in the morning, then it's going to want to get rid of all the stuff that it pulled out of you by healing. That's the elimination process. So you're going to have to learn to eat along with your body, hydrate along with your body, give it what it needs, and you're going to begin to see that's where the magic happens. That's what you're going to need to get what you need to go. You can't get rid of diseases when your river is low. You're going to have to hydrate yourself. And there's many different ways to hydrate. And part of this class is for us to show you. You can have tea. You take burdock, you take it down there, you boil it, you make a tea. You got a rich iron tea. It's not going to stop the elimination process. In fact, it's going to speed it up. It's going to help you flush your kidneys out. It's going to help you pee. It's going to relieve all that. You're going to be good. The same thing with watermelon. The minute you start taking, it begins to flush you. Right? The elimination process starts. You get in a diet long enough, you start sweating. The stuff start coming out your skin. It's eliminating the stuff. Because people don't realize when you put enough alkalinity in your body, the acid is not going to stay there. It pushes it out. It pushes the mucus out. It breaks it up. It pushes it out. It's not going to share its environment with mucus. It's not. It breaks it up. It pushes it out. And so when you start thinking about it, now the question is, I know I need liquid. What nutrients, if I had heart problems, do I need to go along with my liquid? Berries is great for the heart. They're also great for the what? The brain. So why don't you just go and make you a good 16-ounce glass of hemp milk, add a little strawberry to it, or some berries to it, and take that. That is a good breakfast for you. It's liquid, it's nutrients, and it's also heart friendly. We don't think about what we are doing to ourselves anymore. We are so busy with life, we don't see that we are dying. We don't see it. That's the thing about sin. It hides in plain sight. And it makes us feel good about dying. And by the time we get in our 50s, people got to stick cameras up us to find all the disease that we pretend wasn't there all the time. So now, this week alone, my first health tip to you is hydration. And if all you think about is water when you think about hydration, you're going to miss the point. I ain't talking about no Gatorade. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about natural electrolyte that you can go to the store and get. Make your juices out, and you can have a nice breakfast of just that. Well, if I do that, I'm going to lose muscle. No, you don't. No, you don't. I build more muscles and faster than I do when I'm eating. Why? Because my growth hormone now is no longer suppressed by all that junk I was eating. It knows that I'm not eating, and it comes to defend me. My body automatically produces the growth hormone. Like my body automatically produces the red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the reason our cells are sickle is because we're not getting enough iron in our diet to suffice it. Period. So that's why we're finna go down here and have some good burdock root and cook a little bit and go on. Any other questions? Mm-hmm. Well,
I hear you.
I'm sorry. I was told years ago that you're supposed to have half your body weight in water. But the way Pastor was teaching us, he said, what, 9?
well,
9?
well, technically, right, you're already in the drought, right? So if the recommended dose would be 9, 10 to 12 wouldn't be too far off. Why? Because you're going to lose all the water that you put in.
In ounces.
Either what's going to happen is going to store around here, or you're going to lose it because you have to go to the bathroom, right? You got to pee, you got to poop. All that is the liquid that you're taking in that your body have, you're releasing it. Okay?
Right.
So number 2, you're also going to get water by what? Breathing. You're going to make H2O, especially when your cells start breaking down. When you get in alkalinity, your cells going to start breaking down. When your cells break down, they're going to release hydrogen. Period. Hydrogen plus water, hydrogen plus oxygen equal what? Right. 1 part of hydrogen, 2 part of water produce what? Liquid. So your body understands this here. You don't understand what your body needs. Okay? So what I'm saying to you is, with that liquid, that plasma ain't only made of water. It's also made of what? Nutrients. It also carry waste. It's also have blood cells, the red blood cells, who's trying to get that oxygen in that requires that rich iron protein, right? The white blood cell that, think about it, it's like your immunity fighting all in your body to doing it. So when you're eating along with your water, when you're proper hydrated, now these things have a system where they can flow easy. The reason they say it get dangerous when you get dehydrated, because then your blood somewhat kind of slows down. It get what? Stagnant. It get thick. Then they have to go in and put you on blood thinners and all these other things. Why? What they're trying to do is get your blood to go and work right fast, right? So the best thing you can do in the morning, instead of put your chicken away, put the cow away, and you're gonna get you some nice hydration. I wake up in the morning. I either have me some coconut water, or I eat me a big thing of watermelon, and I'm going through my day. Right? Because I'm trying to get my hydration up. Okay? Throughout the day, I'm still drinking my coconut water. I really lately don't have an intake of water. Then if I'm going to eat something, I want to be a little bit mindful of what I eat. That's why when I lost the weight the last time, I was mostly eating that stew because it's liquid. Okay? And that stew, you can take it and turn it into a, not a smoothie, but you can take it and turn it into a, like the V8. You can take it into a tomato soup itself. You know what you're doing. I'm going to show you guys how to do it because I've been doing it. I've been experiencing it. See? And so what we're going to do now, we're going to start eating along with our blood, and you're going to begin to see these things can happen. Now, when you start taking the herbs with the water, with the liquid and things like that, what are you doing? You're adding more nutrients to your body so that your body, as it begins to go to your different organs, can dump the things there that it needs to make you whole again. So my suggestion is, again, that you're going to have a greater intake of what? A liquid, so that you can what? Hydrate. Now, is Pastor saying that you got to go drink 8 cups of water? Because I don't think water is the greatest form of hydration, especially how hot it is. But I tell you, if you take 16 ounces of watermelon juice, you take your hemp milk, you take your coconut water, all that's adding up. So are you getting 12 ounces a day? Are you getting that? Or you getting 10 ounces a day if you're a woman? Are you getting that? So if your blood is not flowing the way it needs to be, how are you going to get the energy? I can give you a herb, and you're still not going to get the energy you need if your hydration is up. The river has to flow. You know what I'm saying? Any other questions? All right, well, that'll proceed our presentation up here. Let's go downstairs right quick. Let's cook something. Let's have a meal together. Let's see how the quinoa and everything come together, the hemp milk and all this good stuff come together so that we can be blessed and we can go forward here. So we'll reconvene downstairs.